This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, you are listening to 19 Cats and Counting. What does a YouTuber, a blue couch, and Mayim Bialik have in common? We're going to let you know. Stay tuned right after this ad.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. cattreetray.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I am your co-host, Linda Hall, here as always with the ever-gorgeous cat lover, multi-cat expert extraordinaire, Rita Reimers.
Are you looking for a raise?
Well, now that you mention it, no, but sure.
Since we both make zero, I can do that for you. I'll give you $1. No, I'm just kidding. So those of you who are keeping tally, I'm still at 19. Okay, I went up last show, bringing a little diabetic 15-year-old into my fold. She's doing very well, assimilating. 19 cats and not counting.
And not counting. Yes,
Linda.
I told you, my goal is for you and I to have 19 combined. Okay.
Yeah, that really is our goal because we should be calling this show 29 Cats and
29
Counting.
and counting, yeah. Huh?
And a dog.
A small confused dog.
And a dog. So who is our guest today?
Daralyn, Kelleher. And we're going to find out if I just
Did you
said
say that right?
I was really trying. So, yeah, let's introduce her and get her involved in this conversation because she's freaking hysterically funny for one thing.
And she's gorgeous. Look at how
And
cute
she's
she is.
gorgeous. I
she's
know.
blushing.
Those of you listening to the podcast cannot see her, but she'll be up on our YouTube later. You got to check. She's gorgeous. And, yeah, I've got some things I need to connect. So, Daralyn, did I say your name right?
You did. You said it perfect.
It's hard not to say Keller. I had to force my mouth to go Kelleher. It was just not.
Well, it's not spelled like Keller. You forget the E.
No, it's Kelleher. Yeah,
Kelleher.
but I don't know. It's a me thing.
Not alone. A lot of people do that. If I were to give you stats, maybe 4 out of 5 people. So
I am thankful for a boring name like Linda Hall that no one can slaughter.
So,
right? What are they going to call me? Right,
Linda, you're killing me. You have this awesome intro, and you still haven't told me how all those things connect.
Well, okay, so Daralyn is a YouTuber, and she's got some hysterically funny. She's like do-it-yourself woodworking stuff, which I need to figure out how she's doing all that because, I've got my dream of my wall with the cat
Me too.
stuff. But somehow she ended up making a cat couch for Mayim Bialik.
She's been on our show, We've been trying to get her back, but she's so busy. How did you connect with Maya?
She's been on our show, but I didn't get to talk to her.
Oh, well, you were busy being sick with COVID, dear.
Yeah. Yeah, it was COVID time.
Linda was in the hospital, intubated.
Yes.
Lost her son-in-law.
Yeah. It was horrible. Yeah, my whole family got hit and my son-in-law passed away. So, yeah, it's been a year last August. Thank you. It's been a journey. But yes, it was during that time when we had Mayim on, and I am forever bitter and bring up constantly how I missed out on being a part of Dr. Amy Farrah-Fowler's interview. So.
I'm hoping she'll be back when she's a little less busy. She's got Call Me Cat and the Jeopardy gig and all these things going on. So how did you connect with her, Daralyn?
Oh yeah, she's definitely so busy. I totally had the same experience myself. I'm like, wow, like look at her go. It's so inspiring. Like I'm like, I want to be that busy.
And what is she taking for all that energy, right? I need some.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I connected with her just through sort of a situation where it was like a friend of a friend of a friend in here in LA. And I was lucky enough that she was interested in getting a custom cat couch. And I really took the experience and ran with it.
That's
you
awesome.
did. And
One of the things I missed
just
about
like her couch, right? It's like an exact replica of her couch.
Not exact replica, but very similar to her couch in mini form.
She wanted it to match her motif, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, the same blue and and the end of that video where she opens it, she just starts laughing. That had to have been the most gratifying. I know when I write something or I do something, it's like I need approval, or even if I make dinner for the family, everybody better tell me how amazing that was and fast. Right?
Yeah.
Or I'm clearing the table, you're done. So to get that kind of reaction, did you just die?
I mean, it was pretty amazing. I was very delighted to see how she responded. And then a lot of my other videos, now I've sort of gotten to where I am. I've been making a lot of things for myself or trying to make like a cat hammocks for my cats. And
I want a hammock. I've been wanting a hammock for so long.
Honestly though, when I was in the cat hammock venture, like that's why I brought it up. It's just because my cats gave the opposite reaction of Mayim Bialik, in that they were like, we will not go on the hammock you've created for us. Yes, all I'm trying to say is putting it to scale. Yes, I very much enjoyed her reaction.
She was just falling over. I got joy out of it, right?
I have to pick up
and Dexter.
Special guest. He shows up every show.
Aww.
If we pull the mic out, Dexter shows up. He's destined to be a star. He probably wants to talk to Daralyn about LA contacts. That's probably what it is. Who do you know in the cat business? What I want to ask you, okay, so Rita and I have been toying for some time. We're toying a toy line for cats with organic catnip and stuff. And so it's been a lot of prototype. This stuff takes a minute, and some jewelry and things.
Oh, cool.
Doing this without the cats in there. So I'm watching you cut this foam and stuff, and I'm like, how? How did you cut somebody's tail off in the process? Because that's what I would have done.
Would have been all over that. See,
yes.
Just doing the podcast here.
Yes. How do you do this?
Oh my gosh, it's a work in progress. For a minute, I was renting a shed, so I didn't have to do any work around my cats, and that was pretty helpful. But as of late, I've been back to working mostly out of my apartment, with some exceptions, working out of my garage a bit with the loud power tools at least. So that helps. But I don't have any foolproof method. I best to just sort of set up the barrier, and I just am like, you guys go do your thing, and they're like, yes, we understand English, and it works out, hopefully.
Of course.
You should see Linda trying to stuff the little mice that we're making with catnip.
With catnip, with cats in the house. When my husband passed, my daughter moved back home with her 4 cats. So, and I had 7, so we had 11 at the time. We have 10 now, and it's like, good luck. Good luck going to the bathroom by myself. Are you kidding me?
I can't either. I can't either. Well, I've decided I'm going to shut off my guest room for doing sewing, so I'm going to have to do that. Do you have that option, Daralyn? Can you shut off a room, or you just don't shut the cats out of anything?
Tragically, I live in a loft, so we have doors.
No doors.
I do have one closet that's a little bit bigger, and if I really need to, I can go work in there. But the problem is when I shut a door, so I admitted I do have one door, but when I shut it, they are just on the other side, like paws underneath, and they're just like, let us in.
Oh yeah, I know.
Exactly. Yes. The struggle. Yes. We totally get it. Her locked away in this closet trying to work, hiding. Right? Like in this closet with a little light shining. I
think she needs a little cat calm to maybe put her cats out a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
What made you decide to do this, Daralyn?
Well, basically, a pandemic, time. Lots of people had that. I lost my job at the start of the pandemic, and I was kind of like, I want to make sure that I learn some more skills because it was scary, it's scary to lose your job. And
we understand.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, at the time I really needed a nightstand. That was my first project. And I was like, well, I don't really have a ton of money, just lost my job, but there's a hardware store down the street and I have time. So let's see. And YouTube exists with information. So let's see what's possible. And I think it took me 3 videos, but I finally made a functional nightstand, cat themed and all. It has like a golden cat pole on it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I was super happy that I created one at all. I was like, what? Because I tried to make it look like this nightstand, this mid-century modern nightstand on Wayfair, and I was failing and failing and failing excessively until I finally got it. And I was like, yes. But so that's how it all began. Just starting with making myself furniture, and then thinking like, okay, well, I kind of exhausted this making myself furniture thing. Now I kind of like my apartment mostly, with maybe one exception. Spoiler, I may be making a cat-friendly headboard that includes scratching posts. But
love that idea. I love that idea. I could use that.
How smart is that?
Well, it's just because my cats, they love to destroy the headboards. I'm sure for you guys too.
That's why I have a metal one. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about, and this is becoming a really huge thing. Jackson wrote about it how long ago? Catify to Satisfy and all this, but
years old.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, it has really hit its popularity. Like everybody's getting kitty walks and kitty happy furniture, and I've repurposed a few things of mine. Just decided this is for the cats, put cat beds on them, that kind of thing. So this is really huge right now, and you've got the skills. Admittedly, I'm not even sure I could work the tools to make the hole.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, did you already know how to use the tools, or did you learn on the fly? And how did you know what tools you needed?
Well, it started with just sort of posting some tweets and stuff like, what kind of saw do I need to cut wood? And then luckily some people were like, try this kind. And then go on Reddit threads and researching and asking my brother and stuff, just things like that. And it's so intimidating at first because you're like, this is a saw. I may lose a limb, but it's actually not. Yeah, pretty much. But it's not as bad as you think. You're just really careful. It works out. I mean, it has thus far for me.
When you make, I saw you started making legs for this couch for Mayim, and, it went awry, and I thought, I'd be so frustrated. I'm living through you as I watch this, right? When you're in the movies and you become that character, and I'm like, I'm so mad. Now what do I do? And you just figured it out and made it work. And I was like, okay, go girl. You got this.
Thanks. Yeah, the legs for that couch, that was actually pretty frustrating. So I was like, okay, well, this is a great way to save costs. If they were actual couch that I had for a prior couch that I had saved. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use these. And then I was like, I need the tools in order to make it. And I didn't have those tools. It just wasn't going to work out.
Yeah. My dad does a lot of woodworking. Fairly, shelves. He made some crosses for our church. He made this really cool board for me that has pegs sticking out to put my headbands and stuff on for when I do my makeup. But, he keeps saying when I keep showing him things, he's like, no, honey, you need this for that. Or, no, I would need a lathe. And no, I would need this. And no, and so, yeah, you gotta know what you can do with what you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big process because at first, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this type of saw and a sander and then this type of saw. And then those are my 3 things to start. And then I was like, oh no, I shouldn't be working in my apartment. It's too noisy, etc. It was pretty ridiculous when I was trying to work out in my apartment with the saws. And so I was like, I need to get all the tools over again, but cordless, so that I can work somewhere where it's not a disturbance. And then I'm like, oh my God, I've spent so much money on tools, but it's all part of the process. It's
an investment, right? And you could probably take that off your taxes, I'm guessing.
Right? Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, these things aren't cheap. Granted, hopefully they'll last for years and years and years, and it's worth it. But it's hard sinking money into stuff. You got
we know
money to make money,
we
and
know.
Yes, and it's hard, especially when you're starting over. And
we're starting over too. We lost our pet sitting business in the pandemic.
Yes.
Well, we decided to sell it And then the pandemic came, and so my sales price, I didn't get much for it. And we're concentrating on the behavior side now, which we've always done, but it's like launching a brand new business. Well, it is launching a brand new business, and putting money into it. It's risky, but it's really worth it, especially when you get someone like Mayim Bialik who tells you how awesome that sofa you made for her is. That's got to be really gratifying.
Yeah, it was absolutely very gratifying. Like, I couldn't even believe it when I got the email that she wanted to receive the couch. And yeah, I was just over the moon. And that's why I kind of like did some lurking and researching as to who her cats were and on her Instagram. And I ended up doing the 3 portraits of each of them just because I was like, okay, like, let's just go above and beyond. I'm going to draw them. And I was like, while I was drawing them, I was like imagining them enjoying the couch. I was like, okay, this is going to be great.
See, visualization's really important to success, I think.
I think so too.
Without a doubt, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go too hippy dippy, but I feel that way. Like, if you start to like feel the feelings that you would in the case of what you want to have happen, it becomes so much more real.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have to take a little pause right now, but we'll be right back to talk more with Daralyn Kelleher.
How many of you have pets? My hand's raised. Now think about how lucky you are to have such a sweet little pet in your life, and that pet is lucky to have you too. But unfortunately, there are countless pets out there that don't have a home to call their own. However, Bob's from Skechers is trying to change that. So we developed Bob's for dogs and cats to help pets in need. With every purchase of adorable Bob's footwear or fun, stylish apparel, or even the cutest Bob's pet accessories, Skechers makes a donation to Petco Love to help save shelter pets. And with your help, we've already saved the lives of over 1 million pets and raised over $7 million. So while you're getting style and comfort with features like Skechers' famous memory foam cushioning, you're also helping to save an adorable pet in need and helping another lucky owner be connected with a future best friend and companion. Because happiness is having a loving pet by your side. Find Bob's at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, select Petco locations, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
And welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. Co-host Linda Hall, my BFF, and the awesome Daralyn Kelleher, who looks to me like Marilyn Monroe, but she can work a power tool, Betty.
That's the perfect woman, isn't it? She's gorgeous and she can work a power tool. Yes, baby. The perfect woman.
We were talking about visualization before we went to break.
In profile.
Yes. So you mentioned the drawings that you did for her, and I saw you sell those. So you're also a really talented artist.
Thank you.
Is this just an offshoot of that creativity and that artistic desire to bring something together in a different way?
Yeah, I really enjoy drawing. It's just something, it didn't come to me naturally right away, but I worked at it a bit. And I recently got into the pet side of things. Like, I was just drawing human faces before. And then before the Mayim project, I didn't know if I was going to be capable of drawing her cats, but then I just went for it, and I was like, okay.
You did. I can't draw stick figures, so
I
just always sit in awe of anyone who can draw it to any ability, and to actually make it look like what you're drawing is a whole nother sphere.
I majored in art in high school. I used to be really good at pencil drawing, but I haven't done it in years. Do you use colored pencils, or do you use like charcoal? What do you use to draw?
I use charcoal primarily. And then, I did for the color on her cats, I did use colored pencils, but I'm getting into different things. Like I'm now kind of dabbling into adding paint on top of the drawings here and there. Not fully committed to that, but trying different things.
Awesome. And people can buy some of your portraits on your Etsy shop, but can they also send you a picture of their cat and say, hey, this is who I need here?
Okay, I'll be sending you a picture of my Sadie.
Oh, yes,
no,
please.
Sweetie Pie, I think.
Sweetie Pie. That's what I was like, what?
I
Yes.
confused Sadie and Sweetie Pie because Sadie was my heart cat, and I was lucky enough to get another.
Yes. So your earplugs are in so the cats can't hear me, right, Rita?
No, they can't hear.
Sweetie Pie's the favorite out of 19, let me tell you. That's her little girl, and it's obvious, and she is so head over heels for that cat, and I'm thinking we need a portrait of Sweetie Pie.
I would love to draw Sweetie Pie, and I really won't tell anyone that she's the favorite.
They know. They
They
all know. They give her a wide berth. Nobody tangles with her. And when she likes to pick on my smoochie a little bit, all in fun. But so when she does it, I laugh. I should be scolding her, but I know. So funny. I let her get away with it. She does.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And then she just pops up at Smoochie and does this, not even on her, just in front of her. And of course, Smoochie goes into a hissy fit, and I'm laughing. I shouldn't be, but
she's the rotten little sister nobody wants. That mom and dad baby her. She's the baby.
Aww.
Rita got her. She was very tiny, and she's just adorable.
She's still tiny.
When she's still tiny. When I come to stay with her, I sleep on her couch because I like all the cats on me. She decorates this beautiful guest room, and she's got a brand new bed and a mattress. I'm like, no, I'll sleep on your couch, thanks. And Sweetie Pie would lay on me, and it was like I felt like I was sleeping with an infant. Like I'd go to roll over, and I'd be, oh, where is she? And carefully turning, and she's just And then Rita fired me because Sweetie Pie slept with me and not her, but that's another story. Apparently, we made up. So I have to.
I fired Nikki too. Nikki, her sister,
you did.
Her daughter.
Yeah. Nikki was doing reservations for us, and then she was loving on Sweetie Pie, and she was like, "Well, you're fired.
You're fired."
Too. So sorry.
What are your cats' names, Daralyn? Is that where we're going, Linda?
That's where I was going.
Cats' names? Well, I've got Jerry. He's my oldest. Then we have Biscuit and Cindy, and then Henry.
I love it. Do they all get along very well?
Not 100%. Biscuit is kind of the outlier. Everybody else is sort of in a clique, and Biscuit kind of antagonizes a little bit. I don't really know what her deal is. She just kind of like runs in, does her thing, and runs away. And then sometimes like all three other cats are like against her. So anyway, it's something we try to work through. We might do some therapy.
I think every group of
cats
has one. Don't you, Linda? You've got one of those.
Oh, yeah. We've all got, that one cat that Rita did an article one time, brat cats. And she was like, that
was funny.
As Karma flies through the air, my apologies to everyone on the podcast who cannot see the cat just flew by.
Reason to watch the video. What were you saying? That just interrupted everything.
I don't know. Karma's
brat cats.
Acrobatic routine.
I know.
Yes, brat cat.
Karma until recently used to be very reclusive. And how long has you had her now? What, 2 years?
It's been more than that, honey.
Is it longer than that? Wow.
Yeah. You weren't in your house yet. It's got to be like 4 years.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Wow.
No.
Time flies.
Karma was rescued in North Carolina. Well, Rita started getting these emails from a lady in North Carolina, and this orange cat that needed adopted, nobody would take him because he was FIV positive. So finally I ended up taking him, and because I couldn't stand her sending those pictures of those eyes anymore. And about 7 months later, I was coming to the Carolinas, and I said I would really love to go to the rescue and thank this woman. And so then when I tell her we're going to come see her, she says, I still have his girlfriend. And I'm like, wait a minute. You don't separate bonded pairs. What is this? So Karma was completely feral, and she had her to, we'd call semi-feral, but she wouldn't let anybody touch her. She's gorgeous and fluffy, but, nobody's going to adopt the cat that won't let them touch them and hisses and hides.
Linda, me, we will.
So I went home with another cat, and it's taken years, but she's the last 2 nights, Rita doesn't even know, she has slept really uptight against me, and that doesn't happen. It's been like Bigfoot sightings, right? Like pigs are flying, things are happening. So yes. It's been heartwarming.
How did you adopt your cats? Did you go to shelter rescue, or did they just appear at your doorstep like some of mine have?
Not at my doorstep. Well, my second to most recent cat that I adopted, she was in my garage because there was a cat colony living there.
Oh.
So I was doing some TNR with an organization, but this kitten showed up sort of after the primary trapping session, and it was kind of a mystery, but she was just this little black kitten. I keep looking away from the camera. I'm like staring into her eyes as I say this, but she was just lurking around, and the other cats in the colony wouldn't let her have their food that I was putting out there was ours. Who are you? And then so I was able to easily trap her. And yeah, I love her so much. And she's kind of the same as what you've described. Like she was like, I don't want to say like feral, but just like extremely shy and extremely stiff, like as I touched her. And still is. She spends a lot of time under my bed. She's really independent, but she's also extremely cuddly. And she's got a little bit of the dichotomy to her, but
on her terms, she's cuddly, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And oftentimes I find that they're like that. They become so skittish because they're just being protective over themselves because they know how sweet they are, and they're like, yes, I have to protect.
Yeah,
my brownie is one of those too. I've got a semi-feral as well. I've had her 11 years. I can touch her every now and then, but not very much.
Yeah, we've had a couple moments where I've been able to pet. I always try to get somebody a video and send it to Rita. Like, look, I'm petting Karma. Look, this is
you did. You sent me one the other day. I was shocked.
I did, yes, and I was really getting some time in. But I watch her very closely. If those ears start to go flat or she starts licking her lips, those are signs of anxiety, and I stop immediately. So the family's really tuned in to Karma and, well, cat language anyway, and, stop when the cat, no means no. Stop when the cat says to stop.
So, to get back to Daralyn's awesome furniture, I know we've digressed a lot here. Can people go on Etsy and order things that you make, or how do they get some furniture that you make?
Yeah, absolutely. They can do one of two things. They can go on my Etsy shop and most certainly easily order basically the classic mid-century modern cat couch. And then if they want something custom, they can just send me an email with a photo of the couch they want me to replicate, and I can do so at the measurements that they prefer.
Awesome.
That is amazing. Anything besides couches that you're making for cats?
I mean, aside from the cat headboard that I mentioned, it's mostly just going to be cat couches, but I'm going to be getting more specific themed with my couches. Like I do have for Halloween a Beetlejuice inspired couch coming up.
How cute.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that one.
So cool. Well, then you need to get in. So I'm trying on my back wall. It's my goal to have like cat furniture on the wall. So my husband finally hung the hammock yesterday. You see, there's no way to get to the hammock.
Well, I was just going to say
or
that.
Up or down. It's just a floating hammock in space. So we're working on that next. But I mean, this is really something that, people are getting into, and having the walkways and the cat shelves and the cat steps and, and they're quite costly to purchase, so I'm trying to get my father to make some stuff.
The shelving and things like that. Do you envision you getting involved in that, or are you just going to stick with the sofas and the hammocks?
I think I'm just going to be sticking with the sofas. The only other thing I am going to be coming out with is custom cat trees, which is exciting.
Okay, that's a big one. Yes, tell us more.
Well, talk. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I saw your reaction. I'm like, all right, green light, let's go. A lot of cat trees, I feel like they're not that attractive. They're covered in strange, scratchy carpet, and they're beige often.
Yes.
and my friend and I are collaborating. My friend Hannah McCoy, we're making sort of like mid-century modern style cat trees. Our prototype that we're working on is not completely finished, but we're using actual tree logs for the cat tree and just using pastel colors for the rope and the blanket area on the cat islands. So we're really excited about that. And then actually down the line, I am going to be making sort of like little, within the cat trees, little mid-century modern armchairs that they can go up and sort of nestle into. So
I love when you have one ready, let us know. I definitely want to see. And
yes, well, this has been a discussion between us. They scratch through the stuff on those posts, and then it's cardboard. It looks like the inside of the toilet paper holder thing, and then those get whittled down. So now you have this almost comical like thing coming down to a point.
I have one.
This thing's going to crash any day. I know. We all have them. It's horrible. So this is actually something that Rita and I have been discussing, that they need to make them something sturdier, Don't just cover the cardboard. Put something that, and something easier to clean.
Yeah, that's my big thing.
When you have 11 cats or 19 cats, there is a lot of cat barf on that carpeted cat.
Even with 1 or 2 cats, you're going to find the cat barf. And how do you clean it thoroughly? It's difficult. Unless you can detach the carpet or the fabric, it's very difficult to wash it.
Well, and as Daralyn said, they're all beige.
Yeah.
So the cat
they do that so they fit into everyone's.
Oh, wow.
They do that because it's basic. It'll fit into any color scheme, but it's ugly. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
We're not basic women.
You know, it doesn't have to be cardboard. It doesn't have to be ugly. Like, why does it have to be treated differently than regular furniture, you know?
Right.
So I'm so excited to like turn the corner and have the prototype complete because I feel really passionate about it.
Oh, I can't. Love to have you back on when you're ready to launch.
We're passionate about it for you because, seriously, this is an ongoing, you know, Rita and I, every time we talk, it's like the old married couple that goes out and says, we're not going to talk about the kids today. No matter what we do, we end up talking about cats. And cat trees have come up a lot.
A lot.
And then, you know, and then she said, you know, I know I've got to get rid of this thing. They've got it whittled down to nothing. And
how do I throw it out? That's the thing. How do I throw it out?
Well, yeah, you pay.
When you order them, you got to put them together. I'm not good at that.
You pay hundreds of dollars for this thing. It doesn't last a year, and then you don't know how to get rid of it.
Right.
I live in a little rural area. There's not like, you know, large trash pickup like there is in LA and Buffalo and Toledo.
Yes.
Yeah, you would have to just drive it to the dump or something, and that's a whole like Saturday morning, and you're like, hello.
In her little red convertible.
Yeah.
With my 60-year-old back? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yes, we need something more sturdy, and I, you know, we'd gladly
I'm so
pay
excited
more for
about
something
this.
that's going to last me for a few years, right?
And USA made, you know, big plus because
yes,
things are made in China. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, they don't have the same safety regards that we do as far as, you know, how they sew things, the colors they use, the dyes they use.
Chemicals in the wood. A lot of stuff. Yeah, there can be a lot of dangers there. And we've talked about cat toys. Rita said one of her cats dropped a cat toy into the water bowl, and pretty soon the water all turned the color of the cat toy. It's just like, this can't be good, right? It's in their mouth. They're ingesting this. This can't be good. So we really try to get behind, things that are made with the cats in mind and not just, you know, the profit and the people. So this is amazing.
I know. You saved the punchline for last, so we've gone over a little bit, but I'm very excited. Please keep us posted on your cat tree line. Linda, you have her Etsy?
Yes, her
URL
Etsy is Daralyn. Yep, so we'll post that.
Can you spell that? Spell that for people.
Yes, spell Daralyn.
Oh, yes, it's Daralyn. Daralyn.
Gotcha.
Okay, awesome.
And your YouTube is Daralyn Kelleher. Go subscribe to her YouTube. Not only are they entertaining and funny, but they're very informative.
Yes, and her cats. Her cats are always involved. She's talking with her cats. This is why I fell in love with her, right? I'm like, she's one of us. Yes.
Another cat lady. I hate the moniker crazy cat lady, so I won't say that. Oh, hi.
Yeah, I'm crazy, but...
Any last words for us, Daralyn?
Oh, cat power.
Cat power.
Yeah, baby. Told you she was one of us.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show. I look forward to hearing more about your cat tree line and having you on again. Linda, as always, thank you for being my BFF and my co-host. If someone once predicted you were going to ruin my business, thank you for ruining it so fun.
And having fun along the way.
Mark Winter, our awesome producer, owner of Pet Life Radio, who gave us the space and took a chance on our show. Thank you so much. And remember, everyone, every day's Catterday, not just Saturday. See ya.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.